Hi everyone, I'm back. So our internet went down and so the video just died. So it is back up now. So I know that many of you have likely gone and are somewhere else, but what I'll do is do this video and then you'll be able to see the complete card when I'm finished. So let me start all over again. Hi Fran, thanks for joining, and hopefully some more people are coming on too. So welcome once again to Monday evening Stamping with Lillian. My name is Lillian Kemp. I'm coming to you from Alberta, Canada. And I see so many of you coming back on. Yay. You gotta love technology. I couldn't believe it when everything went crashing down, and then I kept trying and trying, and then there it was. It was there again. So I am going to do everything again, just because that way when I upload it to YouTube, it'll be all together. So bear with me. I have the paperback, and we're just going to go down to my desk and try it all again. And welcome back, everyone. I see a lot of people made it back, so thank you. Fingers crossed that whatever was the problem isn't going to happen again here. So let's just see. First things first, just remember that last Wednesday I had the free Christmas card class and I showed you how to make these cards. So if that's something that interests you, be sure to check back either on YouTube or on here. And I'm just doing the computer business again. There we go. Just go back to Wednesday's post and you will find it. I love how you all are saying hi to each other as well. We're all back together. Yay! The other thing is this beautiful Eden's Garden Suite is going to be available beginning tomorrow. So just again, a little recap. The stamp set and dies, they come as a bundle. They will be in the January to June mini catalog, but these gorgeous things here will not, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And if you do Pinterest or follow different people, you will have seen lots of samples made with this. So do be sure and check that out. Also, every Wednesday right now, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you get an exclusive tutorial, so Christmas related. So make sure that you are subscribed to my newsletter, and I will also put the link in this post afterwards. Yes, Marilyn, it's working again. I am so glad. And then last but not least, Paper Pumpkin. If you are interested in it, you have to subscribe by November 10th to get this particular kit. So let's put that aside and let's start all over again here. So I am going to be showing you how to make a new to me anyway, of shaker card. So I love shaker cards, and I think a lot of you do too. So this is not the one we are making. This is the one that inspired me. And this one I saw, it was done by Lauren Urbanus, I think it is. And and this is where I got the idea. And then she got the idea from a couple of other demonstrators. So I just love how demonstrators share. So what it is the shaker part is the opening flap right here. And then you've got the sequins in there. And then you've got this on this side here. And if you find that there's not enough room for you to write there, you can always do this on the back. So it is made using our clear envelopes. So our clear envelopes come in a package of 50. They look like that when you get it. So if you were looking for it in the annual catalog, you would go to just past the designer paper. Let's see if I can do this again. So there, and then there's some of the really neat specialty papers. And then over here you see something called paper basics right there. And you find some of your other papers like your thick cardstocks, your linen, your window sheets, which we're going to use tonight as well, your vellum, all that. And then here are some of your envelopes. And right here are the clear envelopes right there. And they actually are in the picture, but you might not notice them because they're clear. So they're really hard to show up. So that's where you find them. It's on page 136. So we'll just put that to the side. Now you might say, why would I want a clear envelope? The reason is that you can do all kinds of things with them. You can put your cards in a clear envelope to protect your cards. So you can slide them in. They fit perfectly because they're the same size as a regular envelope. You can actually mail cards with them. So this card here was made by Catherine Bronze, and Catherine is on here tonight. So I just love this card, but she did it so that I could reuse it. So I am reusing it. The only thing you need to do if you're going to use your clear envelopes for mailing is to make sure that your stamp, your address label are on the outside of the plastic, not the inside. This is all addressed, ready to go. That's why I have a post-it note there. So, and the other question I know that some of you are going to be asking is, does this fit in a regular envelope? And yes, it does. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it works because the sides are bendy. So it works just fine. So let's find out how to make this. And a big thank you to so many of you who texted me or messaged me and said, I want to know how to make that card and it stopped. What do I do? So we're all here. So I am using, let me just back up a little bit here. I am using the Sweet Stockings designer paper. Now tonight, I'm not just showing you how to make a new type of shaker card. I'm showing you how to make a card using some of the photos that might be in the designer paper. So I wanted to show you a little bigger version. So this designer paper has absolutely cute pictures. It has more generic on the back, but these pictures make cute cards all on their own, and I've done that quite often. You can see I've cut chunks out of here. Here are the stockings. Now that's what I originally planned to use tonight, was the stockings, but I went sideways a little bit and ended up using this sheet of the designer paper right here. So that's where we're at right now. So let me just show you. One of the colors in that designer paper is Pool Party. So that is what I'm using here. And it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So we'll just reinforce that right there. Now don't do anything else because we're going to use it a little bit differently. It looks like a normal card front, but we're going to use it differently. And those of you who were here in the earlier video, you know what's going to happen there now. Then we need some designer paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to glue it onto here. Now, if your designer paper is directional, you want it going so that the opening is at the top. Yes, that's right, the opening at the top. So let's do that right now. I'm using paper that isn't directional, so it really doesn't matter. But some of our papers are directional and you might choose to use it. So that's just something to be aware of. So I'm going to just, again, it's still like making a regular card front here. I'm just centering that like that, and then we can put it to the side. Then we're also going to bring in a window sheet. Now, a window sheet is clear, kind of thickish plastic, and we're going to, it is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So it's a regular card size. So if you don't have a window sheet, a lot of our photopolymer stamps now come with fastened to a sheet that is about this thickness. So you could use that if you wanted. So whoops, there we go. So it's 5.5 by 4 1/4, and it is going to tuck right in the clear envelope. And I'm going to do that right now because they're both clear. They're easy to lose. So we've got that like that, and we'll come back to it in a minute. And then the other designer paper I used, like I said, was this. And I used my layering circles, and I cut out this one from here and this one from here. So instead of stamping these images, because I don't have the stamp set, as cute as it is, I cut it out of the paper. I think I've talked too much tonight. Anyway, then I've got some other papers here that I'm going to explain in a bit. So we've got it this far, so let's work on this here. And I am going to put sequins in here to make the shaker part. So I'm going to use these sequins that are found in the annual catalog. So they are right on page 143. They are found right up here. Now, it shows them like this, but often sequins come all jumbled together, but these don't. These are separated sort of by color, and which is very nice of them. Tonight we're going to jumble them all together because they seem to all fit with this designer paper. That just seems to be a happy designer paper. So what I'm going to do is I am making the opening in my envelope with the window sheet at the back. So back here, and I'm going to put my sequins in the front. If some go behind, it's not going to matter because you can see right through. So let's put some of these and some of these. Now, in the last video, I had these everywhere, so we'll see how I do with this one. And I don't know. I always think you can never have too many sequins. What do you think? Do you like more sequins or fewer sequins? Oh, I can stop anytime, I'm sure. There we go. So we will put the lid on that so that it's safe. And so now we've got the sequins in there. I've just got a few floating around. So what we need to do now is close this up. Make sure all the sequins are in. There we go. So we're going, even though this is sticky here, if I peeled this off, it would be sticky. We're going to save that for something else. So what we're going to do is bring in a bit of tape. And we're going to run the tape, let me just see here, run the tape right where the top edge, where the edge of the window sheet and the edge of the envelope meets the flap. We're going to run it right there. So let's tear a piece of tape that is a little bigger. I got a little carried away there that time. And I'm going to just sort of fold that up so it's out of the way. I do not want to peel it. I'm going to put the tape so I just, let me just pick this up, catch the top here, because this way I will make sure to hold the sequins in. We don't want them escaping. That would lose the whole effect. Give it a good push down, and then I'm just going to cut the excess off with my snips. There we go there. Like that. Oops. Don't want to cut a hole in the bag, but I do want to get it off. There we go. Now what's going to happen is we're going to bring this in with the opening at the top, right? And we're going to line this up at the bottom. So we've got the opening at the top, this at the bottom. We're going to fold this over and we'll fasten it on the inside. So I'm going to use my bone folder and give it a bit of a burnish. And I've got it backwards. Sorry. There we go. When everything's clear, you got to kind of watch that, right? So we'll fold it this way. And just peel that piece off like that and fold it down and give that a really good burnish like that. And now it's going to look like that. This is on the front flap. And I just wanted to make sure I haven't got it too long. I think it's going to be just fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run a bit of tear and tape here to hold it so it doesn't flap around. We're going to hold it down securely. So the tear and tape is going to go, oh, there's just a little piece, sort of right up at the top. Like that. Now I have to find things after that little break. There we go. Just press that down. And now we're going to glue these two together. Now our liquid adhesive won't stick here, so I'm going to run tear and tape here again. Just like that. And I could use tear and tape all the way around, or liquid adhesive, or Seal Plus, or whatever, right? There we go. So we'll just tear that off, the backing, and then we'll push it together. And now we've got our shaker card ready to just add some stuff to it. So we have, I chose to use this, and it's a little smaller. I could have gone bigger here. I chose to, because I chose smaller so I could show more of the designer paper off. And that's going to be like what would be the inside of our card, right? Because this is the outside of our card. So let's first off decorate the outside of the card. Now this is where everything went kapooey there a little earlier tonight, so let's just hope that it all keeps going now. I used my layering circles to cut out this dog. Doesn't he just look so happy? And now, which do you think? I have a cherry cobbler just to be peeking out, and it would rest on there like that. Or I have pool party. Which do you think I should use? And while you're saying that, I am just going to show what I did with the ribbon. I wanted some cherry cobbler ribbon, and I didn't have any. So I took the white crinkled seam binding ribbon, and I took my dark cherry cobbler pen and just colored it, and it was just one swipe, and it was colored, and now it's all dry. You saw me do that earlier tonight. But now I'll just explain it again so that we've got that done. And I am looking up, and I just see cherry cobbler's the first one I see. So we'll go with cherry cobbler. Okay. So now, before we put them together, let's just get this out of the way. I want to put just a little bit of ribbon poking out, and I'm going to do it between the two layers because we're going to be putting it on a clear surface. I don't want any mess back here. So I'm going to do it right here, and I will just cut that apart, bring in my glue dots, like that, and stick them together. I almost got them too tiny. There. And then we'll just add one more glue dot. I could just use Seal, but glue dots are here already. And let's see. Sure. About like, well, actually, he's got this ribbon going here. I wonder if I should have it coming right lined up with that ribbon. Maybe. We'll do that. All right. So now let's glue them together. All right, I should remember to line it up where I was planning to line it up, right? There we go. And now it's going to go on here. Now, before I do that, I'm going to get this ready because it's going to show through from the other side. So now I just have to have a little bit of a plan, right? So if this is going to go here, and this is going to go about here, I need to put my words up here because they're going to be not just on the inside, they're going to show through to the outside as well. So I chose to use the stamp set Tidings and Trimmings because the words were merry and bright, and I thought that kind of went with this whole card that we're making. It seems to be merry and bright. And I'll bring in a pad to stamp on. Remember, this is the pad from the Stamparatus. And we'll keep those words high and a little bit this way. I think that should work. So we'll give that a try. So hopefully, but before, and I'll close this up. Before we glue it down, I'll just make sure. So if we tuck this in here, and if this goes here, yes, it's going to work. All right. So now I have learned, well, I've learned some of the time to check these things out before I glue them down so I don't have to try to peel them apart. Now, you all know the trick about if you glue things in the wrong spot, what you can do, right? You can use your heat tool and heat it up and soften the adhesive. All right, now we're sticking to plastic, so we definitely have to use our seal. So I'm going to put, let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Lots of seal on the back of here. I'll even do one more. There we go. Now, I could have used dimensionals, but it seems to be a little bit bulky with all the sequins and stuff anyway. So now I'm going to just tuck this, I think, right about there. And we have basically done our card, right? So I have one other thing. I thought that it would be fun to add, and it's the matte decorative dots. And they come in all these different colors too, but I thought at least the dark color would be, just add a little bit, maybe the yellow, but anyway, we will add that there. And so it just kind of brings the sequencey look through. And so now you've got this fun card. Now you can write down here on this card, this covers it. You could even decorate it with this puppy here, like that. Or you can decorate the back. So I could bring in the other verse stamp. This verse is also from the same stamp set. And add it there. So you can take this a lot of different directions, whatever way that you like. And to decorate this one, I think I will put this puppy right here. Like that. And, oh, I'm seeing some people are liking this. Shaker cards are so much fun, aren't they? I just love them. And I remember when I started the first video, all the hearts that you were sending my way for shaker cards. That was fabulous. So if you're enjoying this shaker card, be sure to share, or if you're on YouTube, hit like. And it's just so much fun. So there you have it. Just a fun shaker card that goes like that. And once you make one, I think you're going to be addicted to making a whole lot more. So there is the one that we made tonight. Here is the one that inspired tonight's. And remember, if you do share, please put in the comments that you shared, and I will choose a name and somebody will get this card in the mail. Oh, I'm seeing hearts and thumbs up, and oh, wonderful. It is so much fun. It truly is. And especially once you make one, you realize, oh, that is way easier than it looks like it is. And can you imagine doing this with the whale stamp set or the turtle stamp set, or all kinds of things? But so this is to show you that you can make just a fun shaker card, but you can also make it with your designer paper. So there's two things I was getting across there tonight. So thank you once again, everybody, for bearing with me with our little glitch, and be sure and join me next Monday. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.